Welcome to 50 plus 1. This program will be interrogating the election and things that really went down. Yeah, we are going to talk about Ghana's elections and the things that really went down before, during, and after the election. Then we will also advise the political parties. I know these two parties think that like they cannot be advised. No, they're always above the law, or they run the law. Like they have so much base that nobody can actually speak about them and advise them. But I'll give them advice, the winner and the loser. Because the key is 50 plus 1. 50 plus 1. How do you get it? How do you get it? Before we understand this concept and these issues about 50 plus 1, let me take you deep down memory lane. The year 2008. You know, Nanado kind of won the first round, but he didn't get 50 plus 1. Yeah, he didn't get 50 plus 1. He got 49 point something. Then candidate Mills got 48 point something. But we went for a rerun or a runoff, and the late president John Nevada Thomas had 50 point something. He won with just over 40,000 votes. 40,000 votes. But hey, he got 50 plus 1 and he won. Straight up to 2012. Then President John Dramani Mahama also competed with candidate Akufo-Addo. Then John Mahama beat candidate Akufo-Addo again. Then straight up, the dynamics started changing. Then in 2016, candidate Akufo-Addo competed with President John Dramani Mahama and won with about 1 million votes. And that was 50 plus 1. So at that point, people thought the one had to be like 500,000, 600,000, 1 million. No, it's one vote, my single one vote. That is what political parties must focus on. Now, we all know the NDC did not lose this election. Yes, the NDC did not lose this election. They kind of won it. The NDC won the election. Just look at the numbers, look at the statistics from 44 point something to 47 point something. That is a significant increase. And that reflected in the number of seats they won. So in 2016, people said the NPP kind of rigged the election. I was talking to a friend, I said, look, the NDC will do well in this election, but they can't overturn 1 million votes. And I said, oh, do you know what they did in the previous election? You know the kinds of things that went on? I said, no, I don't know. So, well, you will see. This election, NDC is winning. Mark it on the wall. So I marked it on the wall. I was waiting for NDC to win. So I also voted NDC. I wanted to be part of the winning team. So I voted NDC, John Dramani Mahama. But the point is this. NDC won this election. But they won 500,000 votes back. And they won about 30 seats back. So if you do the arithmetics, subtract from the number of seats the NPP had above them, that was about 62 seats, yes, and they won 30 of them. That kind of halves the 1 million votes NPP won with them in 2016. So it is proof, and it's strict proof that 2016 election was not rigged, and this election was not rigged. NDC got what they got, and they won. NPP lost, just that they didn't lose or fall below the 50 plus 1 belt, but they kind of lost, and NDC won. I'll say kudos to JDM and his team. They did extremely well, and they did very well in the election. Nobody gave them this chance. Even the opponent never thought they would win with this huge margin. Nobody thought about it. But this is where it gets trickier and funny. Now, but the EC declared, I said NDC won. NDC says they won. But the EC declared that Nanado won. And NDC said, no, we won. So, we will not agree. People go out and jubilate. It's a stolen verdict. The EC has not been fair with us. The EC rigged the election for the incumbents and all these things. But I kind of feel like we are familiar with this thing. And this always comes from the NPP. NPP do these things. NPP do these things, not NDC. NDC has always supported EC. 2016, they supported Charlotte Osei. 2008, they supported Afarijan. 2012, they supported Afarijan. So NDC has always been on the side of the law, the side of the EC. But this time around, they are against the EC. What the NPP used to do. And that tells me that, listen, that tells me that NDC is playing the game of the NPP. And the NPP sure knows about it. That is why they are relaxed. They are not tense. They are not moving. They are not shouting. They are not doing anything. NDC is making all the noise and NPP is always quiet. Go to court. So NDC has all along, since the day they decided to fight the EC, been playing the game of the NPP. That was what the NPP did in 2016. They bastardized the EC, made Charlotte Osei look like the devil himself, though she's a she. They made the EC look like an institution that's incompetent. But when that same EC declared the NPP winners, they accepted the verdict. They didn't say that, we don't trust the EC, they are incompetent, they are corrupt, so we don't like the results. They accepted it. Nana became president. And then the NDC too is playing that same game. So they're saying, the EC rigged, the EC is corrupt, is incompetent. All the seats they supposedly flipped. They've accepted those results. But they are disputing results elsewhere. And still shouted the EC is corrupt. How can a corrupt institution or an incompetent institution declare results in your favor and accept them? But you don't accept that of those results that go against you. So this simply shows that the EC is not corrupt, it's not incompetent, but NDC is playing a game, and sadly they're playing the game of the NPP. And NPP brought the game. They set the rules, remember, the stolen verdict. They wrote the book, remember, the Supreme Court case. They set the tone, remember, the EC chair and the EC even dragged Afarijan to court too. The good old Afarijan with his hardcore lifestyle, he felt the heat. So NDC must change the game. They must. So going forward, what should NDC do? They must change the game. They must withdraw and start communicating what they would do in 2024 and beyond for Ghana, because it took the NPP 8 years for them to sell free SHS to Ghanaians. 8 years. Let's be sincere. What was the main message of NDC's campaign this year? Even without a proper message, their message did not resonate with Ghanaians. Even that Mahama was able to get 6 million votes. So imagine if their message had resonated with Ghanaians, they would have gotten beyond 6.5 million votes. Yeah, we would have had the 500,000. By the way, depending on the Okada riders, forgetting that the Okada riders were being paid, or the Okada, the bikes are owned by NPP people because they have all the money in town. They're the business owners. They also forgot that the focus of the election was issues. Why NPP was projecting, free SHS, and it was still playing the game of the NPP, the game the NPP played in 2016, trying to stick corruption on the president. But before NDC made an attempt, NPP had already, spoiled all their ways. Because a week to the election, the Minister of Information, Opan Nkrumah, said that the NDC was going to release a series of fake news. And they played by that game. NDC played by that game. They released the news, though even if it was genuine, even if there was an intention, because of that, and the eagerness and the urgency they put in it, they didn't make it work. So they play the game of the NPP again. So what should NDC do going forward? Start selling your message. Though you don't have a presidential candidate, you start selling your message. Sell your message from now. So then in 2024, Ghanaians may hear what you have to say, because it's close. And the trick is that in 2024, NDC does not need 500,000 votes. They need 50,000 from the 500,000 and I won with to push the election into runoff. And if the election goes into runoff, it's everyone's game to win. This is a strategy. Alright, so we come your way with more of this 50+1. This is our first edition. Big ups and thank you for listening. Peace.